Page 90 and 91, Old Folks at Home. On this track, we'll just be talking through it. I'll show you some of the tough parts. I should also mention that in the duets version of this song, it will be played in the shuffle style, but for the time being, I will teach it to you with straight eighth notes to avoid any confusion for you for now. So let me play it from the top. I'm not going to count it off for now because I'm going to stop and point out some things as I'm going along. Keep in mind this is detuning. Right here, you're going to hammer on second string, fourth to fifth frets. Once that finger falls at the fifth fret, second string, you simultaneously pick the first string. It's just a little emphasis on that high note, because the fifth fret and the fifth fret of the second string and the open D string are the same pitch. Now I'll count it off from the top. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now here you're going to hold down your new G chord. So virtually any time you see a G chord in the above the staff, you're going to go for this particular fingering. I didn't put the diagram everywhere, but just so you know. Moving on to measure 5. I'll just give you 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and. Now we're at the A7 for this measure, which is measure 7. Keep holding A7 through the next measure. Now I'm at measure 9. There's that hammer again. G chord down. Measure 13. A6. A D fill. Middle finger comes inside second string. And that first section repeats twice, either for the banjo and also later on in the duets for the guitar solo as well. That's repeated twice. Okay, moving on to the chorus, measure 17. We go for the new A chord, held down, and that's going to be held down for 2 measures, other than one little lift towards the end of measure 17, but then you got to bring that lift back down. It's a lifting of the first finger of the A chord. 17. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Lift, down. Open it up. Here we do a quick bar with the index finger, 5th fret. Open it up. Ring finger hits the second fret of the second string. By now you have a full G chord down. And then in measure 23, open it up. This is the A7. But then you got to lift that momentarily. And measure 25, back to open D chord. This is nothing new. G chord down. Open strings. A6. D fill. Okay, while I was trying to talk with you, I was making a myriad of mistakes. But most of that material was repeated from the first section towards the end of it. But let me go over the D fill, one measure from the end on page 90. So it's thumb picks the fourth string, thumb picks the fifth string, index picks the third string, second fret, middle comes inside to the second string, open, index picks the third string, thumb at the fourth string, second fret, and then first note of the final measure. Let me play 4 D fills in a row. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, of course, it's very hard to visualize where the melody is for this song. So let me take it from the top again, and I'm going to sing it, and you'll notice that the melody is quite a bit stretched out in the way this song is played. Sorry for my singing voice in advance. Here we go from the top, and I'm going to sing with it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and way down upon a swan river far, far away. That's where my heart's been turning heaven. That's where the old folks stay. So that was just to demonstrate how drawn out the melody is and a lot of extra picking in between actual melody notes. So I hope that helps you a little bit. I know it's not easy. Now, I think the accompaniment on page 91 kind of speaks for itself. Just make sure when you see a chord name that you're holding down the chord that is est of you as the accompanist. There's a couple of walk downs, but no big deal. You'll figure those out, I think. So let's go to the next track and we'll play you the whole thing, melody with the repeat and then the suggested backup.